One of the most incredible prophecies that I have never heard until I literally walked in the shoes in the last few years. I've never heard anybody, prophecy teachers all across the world, you will not hear what I'm just getting ready to tell you as the most significant prophecy that has ever been given in the Scriptures is not about when the Messiah comes back. That is very popular and everybody wants to talk about that, but there's things that happen that bring about the Messiah's return. Just like when you have a wedding ceremony, there are things that come about. When you have that rehearsal dinner, you know it's the next day. And as we're going to find out very shortly, this is what I'm talking about. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 says this. But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. Now remember, they're standing before the Jordan River, just getting ready to cross over into the promised land. What a great pep talk. God said, by the way, you disobey me, you die. Now y'all have a good time. I'll part the water for you one more time. If you don't follow me, and it continues, then the Yahweh will scatter you through all the people from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, wooden and stone. He continues, these are the words of the covenant which Yahweh commanded Moses to make the sons of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with them in Mount Sinai. So basically, he gives a covenant in Mount Sinai. This is the next generation, okay? This is the original, X generation, if you will, or whatever. This is the new generation. Their parents had watched all these miraculous things happen, and the next thing you know, Yahweh says, you are the new generation. You weren't necessarily there, but I'm going to reiterate the words of the covenant. On top of the covenant that I gave your fathers, I'm going to put this covenant in your lap. If you do not obey me, I will allow you to be taken into captivity, and I will scatter you out throughout all of the earth. Now, you'd think that they would absolutely heed this call, but they don't. Verse 14, neither with you only do I make this covenant. This is key, listen up. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him who stands here with us today before Yahweh our God, and also with him who is not here today. What does that mean? Brant talked about blood flowing through the veins. This means that not only for the physical people that are in this room, but every single person that comes after you for generations to generations to generation, for generations to come, all the way till the Messiah comes back, I'm speaking to them. See, Yahweh doesn't just speak to one group of people, because he's up there and we are a ping pong ball. So when he speaks, it revolves around the earth. He speaks to us for all generations. He's outside of time. Amen? Let's continue. And who are these people that he's talking about? Those that are of the promise. Those children of the covenant. And all future Israelites and anyone that would attach themselves to the Israelites. This covenant, and this is why it's significant that we try to unravel what sometimes we've been told over our life. How many business owners in here, by the way? Any entrepreneurs, self-employed people, okay? Hats off to you. How many realize the scariest thing in the world is to be audited? All right? How many of you keep receipts like I used to? Like you keep a receipt, you throw it in your pocket, it comes out of the dryer, and then one day the IRS shows up and says, hey, by the way, we just trying to look at your receipts. Oh, sure. Honey, where's the receipts at? Right? No one likes an audit. But every business, and especially corporations, audit themselves every single year. They even have people on staff. I met one the other day at Office Max. He was the head auditor for Office Max in all of St. Louis, and his job was to make sure that everything was in proper order and everything was working like it was supposed to. And if anything needed to change, they would change it. Can I ask a question? When was the last time us as Christians, as a religious people across the planet, when was the last time religious people audit themselves? When was the last time that your denomination, if you are inside of a denomination today, when was the last time that you got a memo from the president of your organization that said, we're taking the next 3 months, we're auditing everything that we do and everything that we believe to make sure we're not offending the great God? Isn't it strange that we don't want to offend the IRS, we don't want to offend the government, we don't even want to offend our neighbor, but we don't even think twice about offending the great God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? It's time for an audit. It's time for us to take a look at what we believe and make sure